race has begun. I can see Simon in the lead. Ebenezer is following Simon in a very fierce competition. Simon is still in the lead. Simon is still in the lead. Oh, and Simon has won. Followed by Darlington. Ladies and gentlemen, Simon has won the race.
I would say technology has its vices. In our time, technology wasn't as available as it is now, and they should use it to their advantage. Use it to study, less entertainment, and I think I've realized that with more technology, a lot of the kids are becoming very sedentary. So rather than going out to play, they are staying at home on their mobile phones, on their tablets, on their Xboxes and all that. Go out, get some fresh air, exercise, because your youth, you'll never get it back. I miss the days where I could play Chaskeli and Pampana. Now I'm always at work and I don't have the time to utilize my youth. So they should enjoy their youth. They should play outside, get fresh air, exercise, and be healthy rather than just being stuck indoors with their tablets and their phones.
Technology has both sides. It has a good side, it has a downside. Of course, you can't shut our children out of technology completely. That will make them backward, considering the way things are moving nowadays. So basically, you would want to, I think what it should rather be is, yes, technology, but being used responsibly. You can't rehash too much the destructive nature of technology. So for the children, I mean, at this stage, usually what we do, and we use a lot of technology. If you go to the classrooms, you see the TV sets and everything. So what we do is, it is important to inculcate in them good character, Christian principles, let them know the good and bad side of it, and also put restrictions on whatever means of technology that they are exposed to at certain stages. And so as they grow, they know themselves that this is right or this is wrong. And it's not like they don't even know how to use it altogether. Especially, when we're talking about ICT and all that, it exposes them to, a world of so many opportunities as well as the downsides of it. So, and I think that that's one thing that makes Flowers Gate stand out, the Christian ethos that we groom the children with. And so if you call the child here, they probably know how to use a mobile phone, or they know how to use what they call it, a computer and all that. But they also know that these are sites, or these are pictures, or this is literature, these are resources that are not for us. They will tell you that these are not for children. You understand? So, no, we don't discourage it altogether, but even as we encourage them, we also encouraging them to be responsible. And, you can't also leave a child to themselves saying, oh, I've told the child to be responsible, and so they will be responsible. But in our own way also, we put restrictions on whatever form of technology that you're using. If a child uses it over and over again with those restrictions, it's a guide to them. And so even when eventually they attain an age where you can give them some liberties, they are minded by the fact that, look, my teacher says, or my mother said, or my father said, this is not right. So yes, I believe that technology is important, but it should come with a sense of responsibility and guidance, so that the children are always, because like you're saying, I mean, what we've seen recently, these are things that can follow you for the rest of your life. It's a stigma. It lives with you. You can't take it back. It's already there in the open. And the thing is, yes, maybe they were not guided, maybe they were not minded. Now, in retrospect, they're going to sit back and say, I wish I hadn't done that. But it's already in the open, and there's nothing you can do about it. Somebody has probably downloaded it somewhere. You can put all the restrictions and block them, but somebody has it somewhere. So as we bring up our children, we make them know that these are the downsides of the technology that they're being exposed to, and we let them know that at this stage you cannot do ABC. You're only allowed to do maybe X, Y, Z. And as they do it over and over again, yes, it comes with training, it comes with a sense of responsibility. Teachers will play their part, management will play their part, and we also encourage parents to play their part, because that's another area. After we've done all that we've done, they go home, and if they don't have that parental guidance or care at home, then they get exposed to it and try to bring it back to school. And so we also encourage parents to be mindful. If you're giving a child a tablet, depending on the age and the stage at which they are, put restrictions on them. If you're exposing them to certain technology, put even time restrictions on them so that they don't get so addicted to them. Because some of the times, some of the games, some of the things that they're exposed to as a parent or as a teacher, you might not have all the time to, scrutinize. And so by the time you notice, they are already there. And that's where the Christian ethics come in. Because if the child has been maybe not in the line of technology, but as a Christian, they know that this is right, this is not wrong, this is wrong, then even if they are exposed to it, the first inclination will be, no, this is not supposed to be. You understand? And they are guided and minded by that. And so that's my take on it. I think that we've gotten to a stage in our society, in our setting, we cannot do without technology. We cannot do without technology. I mean, children from KG1, KG2 are playing with phones, tablets, and stuff like that. There's a creative part of it. There's a good part of it that we encourage. But in doing that, we want to put restrictions and a sense of responsibility to it, so that as they grow up with it, Bible says that teach a child the way they should go. As they grow, they'll never depart from it. They will not depart from that. For now, we have an ICT center, which, of course, like every other institution, is developing them in the line of information and communication technology. And so that is what we're doing for now. But going a step further, it is something that we've discussed as management. We want to start even from say class 2, from the age of 8, 9, to start introducing them to programming, coding. And so we're in talks with certain people who shortly will take over these classes. Even if it is not mainstream classes, it will be like part of their clubs. And they're going to learn how to, and these things come with, it starts off with games which whip up their interest, and then they get to understand, well, this is how it is developed, and this is how, all these games and softwares are done, and then we can introduce them gradually into it. So yes, very shortly, I'm sure that you would get to hear that we've started coding and programming here at this stage, because look, people outside, in Asia, in Europe, children, even at KG, are doing things like that. They've started off with things like that. And so it is something that we are looking at. We are changing a lot of things here. You would notice that for the past 2 or 3 years, with a preschool up to class 1, we've started using the Montessori methodology of teaching. And so if you go to the classrooms, you see their TLMs, you see their TV screens and all that they use so we are looking at creative ways to develop their children. And I'm telling you, some of these things you might take for granted, but we have seen the difference and the impact it makes on the children. We know by God's grace that it's a top grade school, and we've always trusted that our children are doing well. But immediately we switched on to this Montessori methodology of teaching, we've seen a huge jump in their performance. They are thinking out of the box and all that. So gradually we are introducing all these things and technology into our curriculum, and I believe that God being our help, we'll make it.
Thank you.